The Old West was not ruled by outlaws alone. It was shaped by the men who hunted them. In towns carved out of dust and danger, where saloons outnumbered churches and justice often came from the barrel of a gun, sheriffs stood as the thin line between order and chaos. Some were fearless lawmen, others were ruthless enforcers. A few became legends so powerful that their names still echo through American history. But behind the myths, behind the dime novels and Hollywood versions, lie the real stories. Stories of ambushes in dark alleys, bullets fired at high noon, betrayals, and deaths that were far more complicated than the legends suggest. Tonight, we uncover the most feared sheriffs of the Old West and how they really died. Few names command more attention than Wyatt Earp. Immortalized for the infamous gunfight at the OK Corral, ERP's reputation as a relentless lawman spread across the frontier. In Tombstone, he and his brothers confronted the cowboys in a 30-second explosion of gunfire that would define Western legend. Feared by outlaws and respected by allies, Earp was seen as calm, calculating, and unflinching. Yet despite the violence that surrounded his life, he did not die in a blaze of glory. He lived into old age, passing away peacefully in Los Angeles in 1929. A quiet end for a man forever associated with gunsmoke and vengeance. Then there was Wild Bill Hickok, a marshal whose reputation was built on lightning-fast reflexes and deadly accuracy. In towns like Abilene, Hickok's mere presence kept rowdy cowboys in check. He had already survived multiple gunfights, earning a reputation as a man you did not challenge unless you had made peace with death. But even legends have blind spots. In Deadwood, while playing poker with his back to the door, something he rarely did, Hickok was shot from behind. The hand he held, aces and eights, would forever be known as the dead man's hand. One of the West's most feared lawmen died not in a showdown, but in a moment of vulnerability. In New Mexico, Pat Garrett built his fame by tracking down and killing the outlaw Billy the Kid. Garrett was determined, patient, and relentless traits that made him both effective and controversial. Some admired him. Others believed he betrayed a former friend. Years after his most famous manhunt, Garrett's own life ended in mystery. In 1908, he was shot and killed on a lonely road, turning the hunter into yet another unsolved chapter of Western violence. Not all feared sheriffs wore the badge with restraint. Bat Masterson was as comfortable with the gambler's deck as he was with a revolver. Serving in places like Dodge City, Masterson cultivated an image of style and toughness. He survived the violent Cattletown era and later reinvented himself as a sports writer in New York City. Like Earp, he avoided a violent end, dying of a heart attack at his desk, proof that sometimes the West's most dangerous men outlived the chaos they once commanded. But others were not so fortunate. Bill Tillman, known for bringing in members of the Wild Bunch gang, continued serving well into his later years. Decades after taming some of the most dangerous outlaws in Oklahoma, Tillman was shot and killed while attempting to arrest a corrupt prohibition agent. Even in his 70s, he died with a badge on his chest, a stark reminder that the life of a lawman rarely offered retirement without risk. The truth about the Old West is this: fear went both ways. Sheriffs were hunted as much as they hunted. Some died peacefully, their legends growing larger with time. Others fell suddenly, victims of revenge, betrayal, or simple bad luck. The badge did not guarantee survival. It painted a target, and while dime novels turned them into flawless heroes, and the constant awareness that any knock at the door could be their last, the most feared sheriffs of the Old West didn't just shape history. They gambled with it every single day, and in the end, each paid the price in his own way.